Jesus Christ is one of the most influential figures in human history, and his teachings have had a profound impact on the way people live their lives. Through his words and actions, Jesus taught us the importance of self-improvement and personal growth. He showed us that every day is an opportunity to better ourselves, to learn, and to become more like him. One of the key ways Jesus taught us to better ourselves is through the practice of self-reflection. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" Matthew 7:3. This teaching encourages us to examine our own thoughts, feelings, and actions before judging others. By taking the time to reflect on our own strengths and weaknesses, we can identify areas where we need to improve and work on becoming better versions of ourselves. Jesus also taught us the importance of humility and recognizing our limitations. In the Gospel of Luke, he says, "For everyone who exalts himself will be humble, and he who humbles himself will be exalted." Luke 14:11. This teaching reminds us that we are not perfect and that we need to be humble and open to learning and growth. By recognizing our limitations and being willing to learn from others, we can become more compassionate, empathetic, and understanding individuals. In addition to self-reflection and humility, Jesus taught us the value of forgiveness and letting go of grudges. In the Gospel of Mark, he says, "Whenever you stand praying, forgive, if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also who is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses." Mark 11:25. This teaching encourages us to release the burdens of anger, resentment, and bitterness, and to forgive those who have wronged us. By letting go of these negative emotions, we can free ourselves from the weight of grudges and become more at peace with ourselves and others. Jesus also modeled the importance of servant leadership in putting the needs of others before our own. In the Gospel of John, he says, "The servant is not greater than his master, nor is the one who is sent greater than the one who sent him." John 13:16. This teaching reminds us that true greatness is not about seeking power or prestige, but about serving others and making a positive impact in the world. By putting the needs of others before our own, we can become more selfless, compassionate, and loving individuals. Another important lesson Jesus taught us is the value of gratitude and contentment. In the Gospel of Luke, he says, "Do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear." Luke 12:22. This teaching encourages us to trust in God's provision and to be content with what we have, rather than constantly striving for more. By practicing gratitude and contentment, we can become more at peace with ourselves and the world around us. Finally, Jesus taught us the importance of perseverance and not giving up in the face of challenges. In the Gospel of Matthew, he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. This teaching reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that Jesus is always with us, offering us rest and comfort. By persevering through difficult times and trusting in Jesus' presence and guidance, we can become more resilient, determined, and faith-filled individuals. In conclusion, Jesus' teachings offer us a wealth of wisdom and guidance on how to better ourselves every day. Through self-reflection, humility, forgiveness, servant leadership, gratitude, and perseverance, we can become more compassionate, loving, and selfless individuals. By following Jesus' example and teachings, we can become more like him and live a life that is pleasing to God. As we strive to better ourselves every day, we can trust that Jesus is with us, guiding and empowering us to become the best versions of ourselves. By putting his teachings into practice, we can experience a deeper sense of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, and make a positive impact in the world around us.